Hi guys, so my name is Brooke and today I'm going to share a recipe with you. It is called chaffles. Basically it is waffles made out of cheese and eggs, and the great thing about this is it's keto friendly. There's no gluten in it, there's no grains. It is just cream cheese and eggs and almond flour and a little bit of baking powder. And I'm going to put the link below for a PDF of all different variations of this recipe. I've kind of stuck with this real basic one. I've tried a few kind of alterations or whatever. The one thing that I did try was I tried to use goat cheese instead of cream cheese. And if you've ever had goat cheese, if you like the taste of it, you would like it in this recipe. But it has a very strong aftertaste. And so when we were eating the chaffles made out of that goat cheese, we're like, oh yeah, it tastes good. And then it doesn't taste good after that if you don't like goat cheese, because you can definitely taste that goat cheese. And also it didn't fluff up like the other ones. So just an FYI. Let's see what else. And I also did walnuts, and when I did the walnuts, I put the walnuts in the batter. I put it all together, and then I put in my Vitamix and chopped it all up. So it got really, really tiny. So just think about that. If you want the nut flavor all throughout the chaffle, or if you would rather just have like chunks of nuts, I would put the nuts in at the end. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. It's super simple. I'm going to show you the single batch. When I make these, I usually make a double, triple, and sometimes quadruple batch, because seriously, I just cannot even keep these in the house. Everyone loves them. So they do have dairy in them, and they do have eggs. So if you are allergic to either one of those, boo, sorry, I am. So I make these for everyone else in the house, and sometimes I eat them, but I usually regret it. So anyway, so the recipe calls for 2 eggs, 2 ounces of cream cheese, 4 teaspoons of almond flour, and then a half a teaspoon of baking powder. So I'm going to go ahead and put all that stuff in. I have really started using my Vitamix for about everything. So I'm going to put everything in my Vitamix. Something else I want to point out, if you don't have a blender or a nice little mixer, this Pyrex container, it's 4 cups. And then a hand mixer works just as well. The one thing that I really love about this Pyrex container, and I've just started using this a couple of years ago for pancake batter, is it has a nice pour spout, so you can you get a nice controlled pour out of it. And then because it's glass and because it's clear, when you're mixing, you can kind of see if all the batter has been mixed up. So I love using these for pancake batter or whatever, anything else that we're making, muffins or whatever. So yeah, we always go to this, and I grew up not using one of these, so I wanted to pass this on in case you guys also grew up in a household where you just use good old mixing bowls. But I think that this is definitely worth the investment, so you can make sure all that powder or the pancake mixer, all this mix, if you use it for this, gets mixed up. So I'm going to go ahead and put all those ingredients in. Okay, so I put everything in the Vitamix, and I put it on setting 1, and for about a minute. I really just watch it and just see. It probably doesn't even need a minute. So I'm just going to spray my waffle maker. Now this is a super old waffle maker. Not that it matters, but I would actually really like to get a mini waffle maker. So this is about a bread size. Just kind of your standard waffle size. One of the things that we use this for a lot is we actually use it as a bread substitute. So you can make a couple of these and then use them as bread. So I'm going to try to do this while holding the camera. The second pour always comes out way faster. And I just pour until all of the corners are filled in. You guys will get to know your waffle maker and figure out, you know, how big and fluffy you like them as well. Inevitably, I always have one more filled than the other one, okay? And so then I'm just going to pop that down. It's on ready, and I'm just going to kind of watch it. Like I said, you'll figure out your own waffle makers. And because this is like a non-stick surface, I usually grab it with a wooden spoon, and then metal tongs. So I'm just going to show you guys, just checking it here. So they're fluffing up really nice. And I probably won't be able to show you guys getting it out. So I usually grab the corner with a wooden little prop thing like that, and then I use my tongs. And I always have a little, my little glass Pyrex container. That way I can serve it out of this container, and then if there's anything left over, I'll just stick a lid on it. So let's try it out. Let's see what it's looking like. I let mine get a little bit brown, so I'm going to let mine go a little bit longer than that. All right, so we're pretty good. I like to cook them about this much with just a little bit of brown on it. Nice and fluffy, right? And this is what the, oh my goodness. That's what the other side looks like. So there you go. Those are your chaffles.